Hello, this is Steve Malone with CompassFX. Hope you're doing well today and again some good trades. In the previous video I talked about keep an eye on the exotic currency pairs, especially when the major pairs like the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, and dollar yen are chopping around a bit and at times can be spiky because of geopolitical news in the marketplace. And what I want to do today is review some of my comments that I've made regarding the Euro CAD, the CAD yen. I also want to talk about another pair, the Euro Aussie. What I found in my trading experience that if you take a look at the exotic pairs, when the major pairs that are US dollar based are having difficulty of trying to find some sort of direction and a certain amount of uncertainties in the marketplace, the exotic pairs can possibly show better chart patterns and have better follow through with those chart patterns. The additional recommendation I would make is to add a tool like the average daily range calculator to help us identify levels to where it's going to go. Now, why do I suggest that? Because honestly, when was the last time you traded an exotic currency pair? Most of us as retail traders keep our eye on the majors. We understand the behavior of the majors, more or less. But when someone says, hey, go take a look at the Euro CAD, when was the last time you traded the Euro CAD? You don't know that much about it. So when you use a tool like the average daily range calculator, which identifies its average daily range, it identifies the weekly range levels, and it identifies a daily high and low target, you're more prepared to trade that. You're using the market tools to help you in your trading, just like you would use any tool to help you complete a job the right way. So let's take a look at the Euro CAD and taking a look at it, let's look at what it's done since we talked about it in the previous video and see how the average daily range calculator showed certain levels of what the market's going to do and what it did do. You can see here that we were just kind of range bound here. We came down to a level. In the previous video I talked about this nice push up and how it had reached from one level to a couple of different levels that were already pointed out to us at the beginning of the week. I also mentioned too that we have these average daily range high and low targets for the day. So what we have here is a new update as to where the average daily range targets are going to be at. We'll see what the market does. We have a potential double bottom here like we did back here to see the market go up, but the market hasn't necessarily completed the low point here. We're really right near Friday's close. So there's a possibility, depending upon what the news is tomorrow with non-farm payroll, is to see if the market's going to make a move one way or the other, depending upon weakness or strength in the euro related to weakness or strength in the CAD. It was interesting. Yesterday we had some strength in the euro and weakness in the CAD. Today we had a little bit of strength in the euro during the ECB press conference, a lot of up and down related to that. But overall, we had strength in the CAD, and we saw this nice move down in the CAD. And look what we have here. We have a nice double top pattern right here, a declining double top as a matter of fact. And even during the ECB press conference, it didn't take out that previous high, and we had a nice fall back down. I do expect the possibility that if prices stay below the price action channel, and if the green line doesn't come up and hit the yellow line here as the yellow line comes over, I do expect a potential rollover and the possibility that the market will come down to this level right here, the weekly mid-low and the daily ADR low target. Simply taking a look at the CAD yen, again, very tight range. We have an average daily range of 67 pips. It had already identified this low level, the weekly mid-low level. Right here we had a range that just was 67 pips in this, but the previous 2 days it didn't even reach it. So here's what happens. You stay fairly tight inside your average daily range, expect for the market to make a strong push, and strong push it did. Again, we had strength in the CAD today. So the strength in the CAD, which caused the Euro CAD to go down, caused the CAD yen to push up. And with the yen overall being weaker than the CAD, we had a beautiful move up today. And look what the average daily range calculator identified. We came off a weekly mid-low. We went across from Friday's close over here, went across the level, and went from level to level to level, almost reaching the weekly extension high number 2 today. Now here's my thought. There's a possibility that we could get another double top right here and then a possible fall back down. The market's a bit stretched over here, and there's a possibility that we see the market make another attempt at this high. If it pushes higher, we reach our average daily range high target, and we could push up here to 80.80, which would be the third extension high. So we've already got laid out where the market could potentially go. If we get a double top, then we'll look for this to give, reach our ADR low target, and possibly fall back down near the range we've been in for the whole week. Now take a look at the Euro Aussie. Look what we have here. We had a gap open at the start of the week here from Friday's close, and we had a pretty good little push to the upside here. So during this gap open scenario, the market gapped open. Here we had a move of about 75 pips. Here a move of about 66 pips. So we're right inside that 5-day average daily range of 103 pips. Boom, the market after a couple of days here being inside its range makes a strong move up. We saw this yesterday in the marketplace, and again, look what the market did. Level to level to level. Today we go back up, test that level. We put in a nice double top pattern, a declining double top. This is not higher than this. And look what the Traders Dynamic Index does. Nice, pretty smooth move, a little back and forth here during the ECB press conference. But again, this high didn't take out that high, and the market continued to push in. Oh, and by the way, look what the market did. Went right down to a level that was identified back on Monday with the average daily range calculator. Now going into tomorrow with some additional news, there's the possibility that we see this continue to push down depending upon if the market baseline continues to roll over. We could see this potentially push back down. We have not filled this gap yet. That high right there would bring us right in the neighborhood of about 22.28, which is very near our ADR low target of 22.25. So again, folks, if you're not finding nice movement, good chart pattern movement in the majors, look at the exotic pairs and use a tool like the average daily range calculator to determine levels as to where the market may go. Now, from my previous video, I've already received emails from folks saying, Dean, this ADR calculator has worked for me. It did identify certain levels. It did reach the ADR high or low target as you mentioned. So if you want to learn more about the ADR calculator, take advantage of this time and go over to www.compassfx.com/ADR. This calculator is very similar to what the guys on Wall Street uses. If you ever watch CNBC and you see the guys down on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange or the CME, they're running around, these guys don't have a bunch of charts sitting in front of them. What they do have is price levels as to where they expect price to go based upon its average daily range. This tool gives you not only the daily ranges and the weekly ranges, it identifies two specific targets for the market to go to for the day. The ADR high target right here and the ADR low target from the start of the day. We watch the market to follow what the flow of the market is. If the market comes up to the price action channel here of Synergy and it can't seem to get across it, then we look for it to go from level to level to level, and here it will fill the gap that was started at the start of the week. Well, folks, this is Dean Malone with Compass FX. Again, go to www.compassfx.com/ADR to learn more about the average daily range calculator and how to make it part of your tool chest. I mean, I've been trading for nearly 20 years. I started using the average daily range a few years back, developed the average daily calculator about 4 years ago, and I haven't stopped using it since. It's part of my daily trading. I strongly recommend that you use it and study the average daily ranges. You'll be surprised what you'll learn if you follow the average daily ranges. And again, don't see it on the majors. Go check out the exotics. Make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.